So,
Guys, if you send this live to a lot of people, we might get to 10, bro.
awesome. Yo, welcome to the podcast. I mean, I don't like to call it a podcast because it's just like basically a talk. I'll do like a little interview with you and stuff. But hey, welcome here. This is the homie Fit Grinko. We've been following each other on Instagram for
Yeah.
quite some time, and then we finally met in person. This is our second time working out. We just got done with a chest, back, and
Bicep,
we
tricep.
didn't do chest. We did back, biceps, triceps. Yeah, crazy pull day. We did some deadlifts too. Maxed out.
Did great.
Yeah,
You say,
absolutely.
what's up, brother?
But yeah, you want to give yourself a little intro and see, let people know who you are, what you do, and things of that nature.
Yep. I am Luca. I am Italian. I'm here like since 2020 here in US because of my wife. And as he was saying at school, like we met on the internet, we follow each other for a little while, and then I don't know how you want to call it, the universe. I am in Syracuse for a little while. I don't live here. We live on the island, on Long Island. And so I said, I know that you're from Syracuse. I'm in Syracuse. Why don't we work out together? We did it once. After a few months of message texting, we were able to do it the second time, right?
Absolutely.
And here we are. We said, "Yay! Why don't we share about a little bit about ourselves?" And
Right.
in life, I coach online. We both coach live and online.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
So we met each other. We were doing the same thing. We said that's great. Let's do something together.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's awesome that the universe lined us up right here at this specific time. So that's awesome.
It's cool. Same city. Like it's incredible. Like.
Absolutely.
And I have other people that I need to meet in other cities, but whenever it will be, it will be.
Yeah, but I want to let you know it's definitely been a pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you, and it's a pleasure having you on here and doing this together. So
It's great for me.
absolutely. So me too. But so how I like to start these off with anything that I do, I like to do check-ins basically. So I do one high and one low from the week for both of us. If you want to start this off,
Oh
and,
yeah.
just give us something to talk about. So what is your high and low of the week?
Oh my God! I woke up this morning, guys. That's the high. It's
Hey,
not
mine
great.
too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not granted. I really am grateful. Everybody in the family is healthy.
Absolutely.
I am healthy, and this must be a high, by the way, because I was telling him it's been a period of a lot of traveling, a lot of not being focused on my routine, not being able to be as disciplined as I usually am. So today was the first day actually weightlifting after a long period of not doing, still being active, pretty active, but not really weightlifting. So it's great. So this is my height, my low. You wanna go first with your high? Yeah, yeah. You share yours.
You can do your high
Okay,
and
and
low.
low, and my low is the same. I mean, the fact that the this one was first workout in the last month. I feel so weak. I'm eating like shit, and I was sharing, I'm eating a lot of sugar. A lot of, I think the other day I had two pizzas. For like, so it's a period. I usually am not like that, and for some it will be fine. Say what do you think it is for 1 week? For everybody, everybody is different. For you guys, maybe that you're listening to this, maybe it's great. You need that time off from the gym and from the diet. For me, when I'm off the diet and off the gym, I feel like crap. I can't do it, and I can't stand myself because I want to inspire people to do better, and being at not being the example is not myself. So I don't feel like myself. So that will be the low.
Understood. Yeah, I completely understand
And
that.
now we
So,
wanna know about you.
yeah, so I'll start with a low because since we're already there, same here. I've actually not been eating great. Haven't been working out. I think I worked out twice this week. I did a push day and a pull day, and that was it. And then, yeah, that was literally it. So I worked out like twice this week, which for me is not normal. I used to, at my best, do 6, sometimes 7 days per week, but now I'm down to this 2, maybe 3 or whatever, and it's just like it feels. It doesn't feel great. It feels like I'm losing everything. I mean, I know I'm not. People still see me, and people still say, "Oh, you're huge. You look strong." But me personally, I feel like I'm losing everything, and I know that my strength just isn't exactly where it once was. But it's completely my fault. It's just been a lot going on and a lot that I've had to deal with, and yeah, so I've just not been in the gym lately. But hey, we'll get back there. And hey, we did something today, and we
Yep.
went pretty damn hard too. We did some deadlifts. It was crazy, but yeah.
The
So
guy made me start it with with the deadlift. Actually, he goes like, "Do we want to warm up? Yeah, let's load it up."
yeah, yeah. The warm up was the deadlift. Yeah, but yeah. So that was a low and high of the week. I'd say, man, I actually got to think about this. Hey, we woke up, right?
Yeah.
We woke up, we're here, we're living, we're breathing. So that's definitely a high.
And the guy has a pretty cool setup, so
Hey,
not everybody can have this kind of setup. So I think that would be a kind of a high.
Hey, yeah. So I actually recently invested in a lot of new equipment and stuff. So I wish that I could like flip. So for the people on the live, I'll eventually flip it. You guys can see, but right now we're looking at ourselves as
Yep.
we do this, which I wasn't able to do before. I mean, I was because my camera flipped a little bit, but it was like a very small screen, so you couldn't really see the detail in it. Right now, we can see everything. We can see what's in the shot, what's not in the shot.
And
things
actually,
like that.
they probably can see it too because you see in the mirror.
Yeah, you can see
Somewhere.
Oh yeah, if you look in the mirror, you can see that little
You can
bright
see
screen
me-
right there.
yep.
You can see us looking right at ourselves.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like a little inception. Us and then us again. But yeah. So photography stuff and just videography stuff makes me pretty happy. So I'd say that's a high. Thank you for pointing that out. I was being negative for a second.
This guy have 15,000 business. Like the first time we met, I say, "Well, you're a personal trainer, but I do this, I do photography, I love videography." I said, "Wow,
Yeah.
where do you find all the hours during the
Exactly.
day?"
Honestly, I'm a night owl. I don't sleep a whole lot, and I'm up doing all these things that I enjoy and stuff, and that's kind of where it comes from. Just don't get enough sleep, a lot of sleep these days, which is fine because I'm doing things that I like. Keeps me busy, right? So,
Yeah, I can see sometimes the messages coming in at midnight saying, "Tomorrow we work out," and I say, "Well, it's midnight. What does it mean? Tomorrow or today or what does it mean?"
Right.
It's too late.
Absolutely. Awesome. And then let me check my notes really quickly so we can get on the first topic.
In the meantime, I'm gonna say hi to everybody in the live. For the one that don't know me, that comes from his profile. My name is Luca, guys. Fit Grigo, and the reason is Grigo is my last name. So,
Yeah.
guys, it's nothing. He was telling me, "Is it racist?" No, there's nothing racist in my last name.
I believe in Spanish, if you call
Yeah.
somebody a gringo, it's like it means like it's like a racist thing for like white person. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Gringo,
So, like,
yeah,
Yeah.
gringo,
So
yeah.
I thought that was like a pun.
Yeah,
on you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
No,
intentionally
no.
you were like, oh,
Hey, gringo. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
But wow, that's his last name. That's awesome. That's great. That's great.
It's
Awesome.
a little part. It's too long, so everybody from high school anybody in my family that has the same last name got called Grigo. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. So first thing I wanted to ask you. So, what is your number one piece of advice for anybody that is in the fitness industry that is like us, that has a business or wants to have a business, and they want to scale to the next level, or just start in general? What would you say is the number one piece of advice that you would give to them? If there was one thing that you could tell them and one thing that they could take away, what would you tell them to do?
to think as a business owner and not as a personal trainer or whatever they do, like as a fitness influencer. So a lot of times, for those of you that don't know me, I own a coaching business, and I started 10 years ago. So there's a lot of experience and a lot of things that we will share, like in the way that we grow our business. The business between Italy and here now in the US, we are expanding the brand. There will be maybe more time to talk in another moment, but basically is a lot of time when we find professionals, not only in the fitness industry, in every industry, professionals are all those people that says I am, no? If I like I am a personal trainer, no, I am a lawyer, I am an architect. No, they put the I am together with the word, with the work that they do, and a lot of times when I find these people, they're really great at their job, so they know the muscles, they know how to talk with people, they know how to um, bring a person from a point A to a point B, so lead them to a real physical result. But they never think as an entrepreneur. They always think like, I need to do everything, right? And nobody is as good as me. To scale, you need first of all to delegate, to be able to delegate, and you need to be ready to think as an entrepreneur, as you need to create a system that works with you and for you. That would be the first thing. So every time, if you want to scale, you need to have a system where you are not, you even if you're not there, the system works basically.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. That's cool. That's a really good piece of advice. Yeah, I personally had a lot of trouble with that.
Otherwise,
my
you stay
beginning
trapped,
times.
right? We
Yeah,
were talking
you
just
stay
about
tra-
that
yeah,
before.
you stay trapped when you box yourself in and you think like just a trainer. When in reality, you have to think bigger picture. You have to think, you are now a business owner, and like this is, there's so much more that goes into it. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I had a lot of trouble with that at first, but I'm trying to keep an open mind and trying to, see things in different ways and stuff. So, that's a really good piece of advice, I would say. To add to that, I would say consistency. Just, keep on doing it, because you never know. We were just talking about this too before the
Yeah.
camera started rolling. You never know when your big break can be, and you never know when something takes off. It's such as this business. I didn't think that this would take off for me in the way that it did when I first started, like almost a year ago. So, yeah,
But you have a lot of passion for what you're doing, so I'm
absolutely.
sure that and that's what can help in the first part, right? The first part is energy, 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 energy.
Yeah.
But the energy can take you to a certain point, because then is repetition, repetition, everything becomes okay. That energy needs to start to go lower. No, it's like for your customers, when they start, is like a lot of motivation. I want to change. I want to
Right.
create something new, a new result for myself. Then it starts to become something that is a routine, and that routine needs to be in place every day, every day, every day. So
Absolutely.
you need to find new motivation and new reason. And the most simple is the system, the better it works.
Absolutely. True stuff. Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense. I would agree with that. Next thing that I wanted to talk about. So, all right. So away from business side of it. So people that are into fitness or new to fitness, what is the best piece of advice that you can give to them if they, whether they're new or whether they've been doing it for a while and they're just not seeing the results that they want, and they're not getting to where they want to be, and they don't know the next step, they don't know what to do, they don't know what they're doing wrong. What is a piece of advice that you would give to that person?
We were talking about this before, right?
Yes.
Hire a coach.
Hire a coach.
Hire someone. Like, unfortunately, like there's someone told me once, you can't read the label from the inside. And it took me a while to understand what he was trying to say. And I said, sometimes it is just a small thing that you need to change,
Right.
but you can't see it. First, because sometimes we lie to ourselves, right? I know a lot of customers. Oh, I don't eat that many calories. Oh, with the amount of activity that I do, I should be like 20 pounds less. Well, then why we are 20 pounds more? Like, we know that you're doing something wrong, and that probably you're not tracking the calories, or you're drinking something that you're not aware that has calories inside, or there's something in your, or maybe you think that you're burning 1,000 calories when you're only burning 200, right? Or
Absolutely.
maybe you think that you have, so there's always something, because math doesn't lie. And so the only way to r- really understanding what's going on, it is to hire someone from the outside, or to hire yourself if you are really great, but 90% of the time doesn't work.
Yeah.
Hire someone that can take a look from the outside and tell you exactly what is going on. I was telling him a few years ago I was in a bad space, with not a bad space, but I had too much going on in my life with the business, and I couldn't keep up with the fitness activity. So I had to hire someone because I was basically bullshitting myself. I was telling lies to myself. I said, no, but I'm eating right. No, but I'm working out. No, but but the reality is that little pieces were not there. And when the coaches was asking me, hey, send me the picture this week, and then next week I need to see the same picture. I need to know the weight, this and that. Now you're facing your reality. Sometimes it's enough to take a picture of yourself, and then take a picture the next week, and then take a picture the next week.
I know, right?
Other times you need someone from the outside that can tell you what you're doing wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely agree. Just having somebody to hold you accountable and
Accountability is the right
and
word.
just having an outside pair of eyes to see the things that you're not seeing, or because a lot of times when you're doing things on your own, sometimes it makes sense to you, but somebody else will see it because you're so used to seeing it that
Yeah.
way. But then somebody else will see it and be like, hey, why are you doing this and this when that's redundant. You don't need to do both of those or something like that. Maybe different things like that. So just having an outside pair of eyes to kind of tell you, you're wrong.
Maybe you're doing too much sometimes, and you can do a lot less, be less stressed, and getting more results. Maybe sometimes you're doing too less, like too little.
I am a big believer in sometimes less is more. Well, or sometimes less is just not enough. But sometimes a lot of people are just overdoing it. Sometimes if you do just the right amount, and you'll achieve everything and more that you thought you were going to achieve by overworking yourself.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, absolutely.
Say, less is more, and just, yeah, get with a coach, have somebody hold you accountable, I would say.
Yeah.
And then let me check my notes.
Yeah, and it can be like sometimes it doesn't have to be a coach. It depends where you are, no? Because if you are experienced enough to take care of yourself, it can be a friend, a workout partner, someone that you work out with, someone that has, like someone that can, as he was saying, it can keep you. It can be a community, a whole community, someone that can keep you accountable. Sometimes it's the mirror.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. So, next thing, what is the biggest myth or misconception that you hear in fitness all the time?
Oh my God.
And that you just can't stand to hear, and it's just so not true, but so many people, for whatever reason, seem to believe this.
There are so many.
Right?
Let me just give you the right one. And I want to also try to give you something that will make people mad. They will say, no, it is like this. Oh my God. So, now I'm going to have, maybe you will be mad at me. But like, when they say it's all about calories in, calories out. So, now it's true, right? We all know that when it's about weight loss, it's about a matter of how many calories you put in your body and how many calories you use, right? And if you use more calories than you are putting in, you lose weight. If you are putting in too many calories and you're not using, you gain weight. But it is too simple. I mean, it's fine if you guys are trying to lose weight, but there are a lot of other things. This is my opinion that are involved, and like the thing that people say all the calories are the same. All the calories are not the same. So it's because if you're eating 1,000 calories of gummies or 1,000 calories of chicken and rice and veggies, it is not the same. The way that you feel, the calories that you burn, using, like trying to digest that food, the way that you feel, so that you will not run into eating other stuff like that. And yeah, I think like I get it. The people want to simplify it, but that's too simple. Like
Absolutely.
you don't want to feel like crap and you don't want to die with the skin ruined. Like there are so many things that goes into when it's about nutrition. There are so many. It's not only about macronutrients, which is great if you already can get to that, but there are so many things, in my opinion, with the micronutrients that can help you and feel
Right.
feel in a completely different way, even in the
Absolutely.
workout, even if you are a
Mhm.
performance, um, yeah. And so that's one thing.
Absolutely. No,
What is yours? I want to know yours.
um,
What's your
you know,
misconception?
I'm blanking.
I get you on the
Yeah,
spot, but
I'm blanking on
there
it
are
right now.
there are
What
so
are some
many.
misconceptions?
There are so
There
many.
are a lot, definitely. But to build on what you said, yeah. One, all calories are not the same, definitely. Yeah. So, and it's very evident. You can see it in somebody. So,
Oh yeah.
somebody that does a dirty bowl and somebody that does a
Oh
clean bowl,
yeah.
and they're eating the same amount of
Oh yeah.
calories. That person that is eating clean, usually they look more lean, they look more shredded. They don't have like a shit ton of acne. They look healthy.
Yeah.
Versus the person that did the dirty bulk, they look a little bit more bulky. I mean, their their physiques will probably be pretty comparable. They'll probably be pretty close to each other, but one will be a little bit more bulky. One will probably have he's holding more water, so their face is probably a little bit more chunky. One, their health is probably in poor shape, and then yeah, sometimes they'll have like a lot of acne from lots of negative things that they're putting in.
The sleep, the energy, the feeling
Yeah,
of the day, like it's
absolutely.
a completely different for sure. So
Yeah, definitely. So it's yeah, all calories are not the same, and yeah, there's a lot of factors that play into your fitness rather than just the calories in, calories out. I'd say, I mean, there's a lot of factors.
yeah.
Sleep is one of them
Sleep
too.
is
If you're not sleeping,
so.
you're doing
We're
everything else
not
right.
doing advertising here, but
Yeah.
I got this thing that you guys can see that will analyze my sleep. I discovered so many things. It wasn't worth it. I think it's not worth it, but still, if you're really into your data, you can really get some insight or something. Seeing what time you're having more the REM. Like that you're sleeping deeper, and that was interesting. I discovered some good stuff.
Absolutely. So this isn't really a myth or a misconception, but I hear this a lot. People are saying, a lot of people close to me, they say, "Oh, bench press is a bad exercise, and you don't need it." And I mean, sure, maybe you don't need it, but I think you will achieve everything and more with barbell bench press.
Oh, I got one.
I think it's a great one. But yeah, I hear a lot of people always down talk bench press, and it's like that's the king of all chest exercises. In
Yeah.
my opinion, I would say that's the king of all. I personally have done bench only for years, and it has obviously done me some well. And one thing I've always gotten compliments on were arms and chest. So I'd say bench press is definitely doing its job, and it will always do its job. But yeah, it's just one thing that I hear a lot.
On the exercise side,
Hmm.
I will say, oh my god, now here I'm gonna have the hate forever. Like, cardio is bad for muscle growth, right? Something like that. So I understand, and a lot of people that are doing it, they are going to the gym, me
Hmm.
included.
Yeah.
We don't want to do the cardio, we don't want to do this. But guys, for the cardio to burn your muscle, I mean, you need to do so much cardio that it's impossible for you guys to do the amount of cardio and
Absolutely.
burning. Like, I understand you will probably need a few calories more from food, or maybe you will be a little bit leaner in the bulk, as we were saying. But
Yeah.
it's so good for the cardiovascular activity. So it will help you to digest the food. But like, there are so many things that are good about the cardio that, and I'm not talking to go and run a marathon every day, of course, but I'm talking about a little bit of movement.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love uh, some Sule. He's always doing the cardio on his steady bike at the end, and like, I know it takes a lot more time sometimes, maybe in the gym, because you need to think, oh, I need to do that too.
Absolutely.
But for my experience, I saw it's a lot. It's worth it. It's always worth it, to eat a few calories more. Maybe it allows you also to eat a little bit calories more,
Right.
and to do that cardio. Like that's something that Oh, you can't get big if you do cardio. I know
Yeah,
people that are 3 times me, and they do cardio every day. Like
Oh
those
yeah.
hybrid athletes. That.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, that's definitely a good one. That's definitely a big myth and misconception. And I'm guilty of even playing into it
Hey,
sometimes.
I
Hey,
knew it.
stop doing your cardio, man. You're gonna get small. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
Stop doing cardio, otherwise you're gonna get small. You're gonna lose everything. But yeah, cardio is definitely important for even for more than just getting towards your goals. Just having good heart health and making sure you don't die. But
Yeah, kind of die.
so
Something simple
it's
like die.
right. So yeah, it's very important, I would say. But yeah. So I didn't want to make this like crazy long or anything. I
Yep.
know that you got things to do and so on and stuff like that. Any final thoughts or any other topics that you want to cover before we close out?
Something interesting for people.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Anything interesting, fun fact,
Yeah.
anything.
So one thing that I always talk about, it's the importance of the mindset where when we start. Let's say we have a goal. It's the importance of the mindset. And when I always suggest to my clients, and I'm sure that maybe can help someone else, is like start to see yourself or better, identify yourself with the new version that you want to achieve. I don't know if it makes
Right.
sense with my English, but what I'm trying to say is, let's say that you are fat right now, right? We can say fat because
Yeah,
I know
that's
yeah, Americans
I-
get it wrong. Like the first time that I told my wife that person is fat, no, you can't call them fat. That's body shaming.
Oh yeah. A lot
In
of people
Italy,
are,
guys would
a lot of people are sensitive.
like
It's fine.
I don't want to offend anybody, but let's say that you have some fat to lose. Okay, you're not fat, but you have some fat to lose. Let's say that you're there, right? And you're thinking, oh, I wanna lose some weight. We say this lose some weight, but it can be I want to become a better athlete. Whatever you are trying to do, the idea is to identify from the first moment as the person that you want to become. So you are no more the fat person. You are the athlete. You are no more the loser, the one with the loser mentality. You are the one disciplined and does the right thing. So
Right.
it's important. It's like when you try to quit to smoke. You're no more a smoker,
Right.
and you try to quit to drink. You're no more a drinker. That's so important to me. For at least for me, in my experience and the experience with my clients, is it starts there. It starts before to have a diet, because he can give you a diet, he can give you an exercises to follow, but if you don't accept that your identity now is you are a person that follow a diet and exercise, you will not be able to be disciplined and to follow that kind of program or plan. So you can have the best plan in the world, but you will not follow because you're still thinking that you are the person that you were before.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point. I agree. Could not agree more. That's so true.
Start with a mindset and then everything else.
Yeah, everything is well, everything even unrelated to fitness. A lot of it is mental.
Yeah.
You identify yourself with what you want to be. If you want to be a winner, just in general in life, surround yourself with winners. I guess So identify as what you want to see yourself as.
Yes, sir.
So I totally agree with that statement. And yeah, that's very important. Always keep a positive mindset. You can achieve everything and more. Like we said, you never know when your big break's going to be. Keep on pushing, keep on doing great things. And yeah, so